feed. All right. Good morning, everyone. Today is April 28th, 2021. This is a regular meeting of the members of the State Liquor Authority being conducted in Albany and also remotely. We have in attendance in the Albany office, Chairman Bradley. We have attending by video, Commissioner Ford and Commissioner Fan. Staff in attendance, we had General Counsel Meyerhoff in the Albany office, Deputy Commissioner of Licensing Adam Roberts in the Albany office, and myself, Secretary Donahue, also in the Albany office. The next meetings of the authority will be May 12th, May 26th, June 9th, June 23rd. Those are all Wednesdays. They will be held as we've been holding all these meetings remotely with no appearances by applicants, licensees, etc. Chairman, do you have any announcements to make before we get going?
No, thank you.
All right, then. The first item on the calendar is 11/31. It's a $3,500 conditional offer. It is related. It's the same licensee that has item 11/33. All right, Commissioner Fan, you're muted if you're. Are we ready to go on 11/31 then, Commissioner Fan?
Yes, I'm gonna go to 2000.
Commissioner Ford. You're muted, Commissioner Ford.
I'll do 2000 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept the CNC.
All right, so while we have this particular licensee, let's just skip to 11/33.
I'll accept 1500.
Commissioner Ford,
1500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
All right, then, back in order is 11/32. It's an application for a new on-premises liquor license subject to the 500-foot law.
It's a bar and tavern. We recorded in DJ music, principal to manage with a hired manager and 8 employees, no security. Principal does have some experience. The max occupancy is 49 people. There are 12 tables with seats for 49 plus 8 seats at the bar, which obviously doesn't go with the 49 max occupancy. In his public interest statement on the 500-foot hearing, he said that there is 55 max occupancy, so there's a question there. The ALJ points out the inconsistency and found no public interest because the public interest statement was contradictory and lacked significant info for the ALJ to make a determination, such as the capacity and the seating. The owner currently owns a coffee house with an RW in MAMARONECK, and the premises was licensed before that with minimal adverse history. There are 10 licenses within 500 feet, and this location was previously licensed. Was there adverse history on that?
No.
No adverse history.
And they're on a permit, right?
And they're on a temp.
All right, then, Commissioner Fan.
I mean, I can either vote to approve the lower maximum capacity, or maybe we should ask them to clarify the actual numbers. I feel like a couple seats do make difference in their business, so can we wait for clarification?
All right, we can require the certificate of occupancy, which will say what the max occupancy is.
Which is something that we do
Fair
request
enough.
prior to issue a license.
All right, then I'll just vote to approve with no promoter.
All right, then, Commissioner Ford.
The location was previously licensed with minimal history. Applicant has another license with no history, currently here operating with a temp. The village has submitted a letter of no objection, so I'm going to vote to approve as well.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll approve.
Next item, 1134, it's a $1,500 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan,
I'll accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
1135 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept.
Commissioner Ford
Accept.
and Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
Next item is 1136. This is also a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept 1,500.
And Commissioner Ford
1,500 accept.
and Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
Next item is 1137. It's also a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 1138. It's a $4,000 conditional offer.
I'll accept 4,000.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll accept.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
Next item is 1139. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford
Accept.
and Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1140 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'm gonna counter at 2,500.
All right, Commissioner Ford,
For 1140, you're counting or 2,500, Commissioner
Yeah.
Fan? I'm going to accept the 15 based on their longevity.
all right, Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
Next is 1141. It's also a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford
Just 1 second here. 1141, 1,500 accept, yes.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1142 is a $1,500 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan,
Sorry, 1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1143, a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford
1,500 accept.
and Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1144 is a $2,000 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan, when you're ready.
I'm gonna counter at 4,000.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Commissioner Fan, you were 4,000?
Yes,
Yeah, I'll go to 4,000.
this is 80 people inside, maximum occupancy of 113.
All right, the next item, 1145. It's a $2,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept 2,500.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1146 is a $2,000 conditional offer.
2,000 accept.
Commissioner Ford
2,000 accept.
and Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1147 is a no contest plea.
I'm at 1,500.
Commissioner Ford
1,500.
and Chairman Bradley.
1,500.
Next item, 1148. is a request for reconsideration of a disapproval of an on-premises liquor license.
So the applicant in this instance attached minutes from the Buffalo Common Council indicating their application was approved subject to hours Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m., Sunday to 11 p.m. However, what I found ironic was that this was not turned in with the application, in which she asked for 4 a.m. closing. She also now indicated she's willing to drop the DJ and has indicated that she now has experience that also was not indicated on the original application. That's pretty much the extent of the information we got.
All right, Commissioner Fan, on the request for reconsideration.
One other fact.
I'm sorry.
One other fact. I just want to put one other fact on the record that she's also added the personal questionnaires of purported managers she might use, but those proposed managers don't seem to have experience working in licensed establishments. Just want to make sure that's on the record.
Commissioner Fan, on the request for reconsideration.
I vote to deny.
Commissioner Ford,
I would vote for recon.
Chairman Bradley.
I'm voting to deny recon.
Next item 1149, it's a $1,500 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan, you're muted, so I didn't get you.
I'm sorry. I'm going to counter at 3,000.
Okay, Commissioner Ford.
I'll go with 3,000 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept the CNC.
$1,150 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford.
1150, 1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1151 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford.
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1152 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept.
Commissioner Ford.
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1153 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford.
I'm going to counter at 3,000 for this one. 150 people inside, 50% over capacity.
All right, Chairman Bradley.
I'm going to accept.
Next item 1154. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford.
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1155 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'm going to counter at 3,000.
Commissioner Ford.
I'll accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next is 1156. This is also a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford.
I'll accept.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
Next item 1157. It's a no contest plea. Commissioner Fan, when you're ready.
I'm at 2,000.
Commissioner Ford.
That's where I was too, 2,000.
Chairman Bradley.
2,000.
1158 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford
1,500 accept.
and Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next time is 1159. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1160 is a no contest plea.
I'm at 5,000.
Commissioner Ford,
I'm at 3,000.
Chairman Bradley.
3,000.
Next item is 1161. This is a new on-premises liquor license application.
Yeah, just for the record, this is an application that's being put in by a former secretary of this golf club, and the history suggests that there was an availing in this location that was never really explained or investigated. The prior licensee, the location was essentially caught changing to another entity and using the license of the prior entity. And the licensed principal initially claimed that he was the president of both, and this was just a paperwork issue. But when an investigator returned to get that position in writing, the prior licensee refused, and then even though he had pleaded not guilty to the availing, he then defaulted at the hearing. So there was no explanation as to what happened there or why the business was now being run by CAMILLUS Golf Club, Inc. instead of the initially licensed entity. And now we have an application from another member of the same family who was a retired woman who I believe is over 80 years old. It seems to me that the board should at least consider the concern that this is an availing of some kind and that this has not been explained. Perhaps something that could be clarified but has not been clarified.
Okay. So this is going to be a restaurant with 10 employees, principal to manage, jukebox and live music with dancing permitted. They will have special events, no security. Max occupancy is 177 with table seats for 118. Principal will have a manager who is also her husband. There is an outdoor deck, but that outdoor deck is not included on the application. So they are, because of that, that deck is not being requested to be licensed. And as council pointed out, the prior license here was canceled for availing, involving all relatives.
Commissioner Fan,
With the support letters coming from the members, I feel like this will serve public interest. And I think it's curious about the relationships, but really I think it's a family business, so I'm going to vote to approve.
Commissioner Ford,
I kind of feel the same way. I mean, that it is some sort of family business. I would like to know a little bit more about a little bit better explanation of what happened here, but I'm just going to go with it for today, and I'm going to vote to approve.
Chairman Bradley.
I agree with Commissioner Ford. I'd like more information too, but I don't want to jeopardize the fact that they would be open right now. So I just hope that that what their application indicates is the way it is being run, and if it isn't, they need to amend the principles. But I'm going to vote to approve.
All right, the next item is 1162. This is a application for a new on-premises wine license. We do have a request from the applicant's representative requesting to hold the matter over to address some issues that have been raised.
So it's going to,
Yeah, I was actually the one who raised the issues with the applicant, so I'm requesting that it be adjourned as well.
What's the date, Tom?
2 weeks from now?
Be May 12th. Are we all good with that, Commissioner Fan?
Sure.
Commissioner Ford?
yes, I'm fine with that.
Chairman Bradley?
Yes.
Next item, 1163. It's a new on-premises wine license application.
So this is a new on-premises wine. I didn't even get to the description simply because the landlord is taking a base rent plus 12% of all gross sales on 2020 on a monthly basis, and then 12% of gross sales on a quarterly basis for 2021, 22, 23, in addition to a base rent.
No, it's actually not in addition to.
Oh, I'm sorry, not just
It's 12%.
12%.
It's
quarterly.
12% with a base rent that's essentially a minimum, that operates as a minimum, because you can deduct the base rent from the 12%.
So they're taking 12%
It's
of
a
the gross
12%
sales,
deal.
which means they have to be on the license, which makes it illegal.
Correct.
All right then, Commissioner Fan?
I vote to deny.
Commissioner Ford?
No choice but to deny as well.
Chairman Bradley?
Denied.
Next is 1164. It's a new package store license.
This is a Monroe County package store, 483 square feet, all of which apparently will be retail. I don't know if it's bulletproof or not, although the diagram appears that it is. It's going to be a store without employees. The principal will operate. The principal previously owned an AX that's actually currently licensed at this location. No, actually it's not. It's a different AX. This place was previously licensed as a DX, which, what is that, Adam?
Drugstore.
Drugstore, which was closed in 2012. The closest store is 210 feet away. There are 4 stores within 0.8 miles. The closest store is bulletproof. The rest of them are either are not, or we don't know.
And they didn't respond, right?
Right.
Closest 210 feet away.
No, the closest one did respond. They're bulletproof and their sales are flat.
Oh, okay.
They're on the same exact street, 210 feet away.
Okay.
All right, Commissioner Fan, are you ready to vote?
Yes, I'm gonna vote to deny. There are too many stores that are very close by, 4 stores within 1 mile, and the numbers are not justifying another store. I don't find public convenience.
Commissioner Ford?
Pretty small investment here, about $7,500. There's 7 stores within like 1.2 miles. Proposing to be bulletproof, but it was previously licensed. But as you just mentioned, it was a drugstore, so not really the same thing. Numbers from other stores seem to be missing data. But and the closest one is also bulletproof. I just don't see the need for another bulletproof store at this location in Rochester. So,
Right. Okay, Chairman Bradley?
I'm going to vote to deny.
All right then, next item, 1165. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
Accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford?
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley?
I'll accept.
All right, the next item, 1166. This is a transfer of an on-premises liquor license. It's a 500-foot matter. We did get a request for an adjournment from the rep indicating they needed more time to get the approval information from the community board. However, my recollection is that there is in the supplemental material the stipulations from the community board. They were
Yeah.
sent in by the community board on Friday, I believe.
We have the community board stipulations.
So
And they are
let me
okay.
ask this then, does anyone need more time to decide on this?
I don't.
No, I don't.
I don't either.
All right, then. Chairman, do you want to go ahead and do a
Restaurant with
brief
five,
summary? Or?
Restaurant with 5 employees, principals to manage with no security, recorded music only, max occupancy is 75, 8 tables with 20 seats, 1 restroom. As Tom mentioned, the community board did initially protest because they missed the deadline, but it appears that has been alleviated. The ALJ said there is no public interest, didn't really give a reason why. It is a 500-foot case. This is a Korean restaurant on 10th Avenue.
All right. Yeah, Commissioner Fan, are you ready to vote?
Yes, I'm gonna vote to approve. The only thing I'm changing, Tom, is I'm gonna go until midnight, 7 days a week, even though the application suggests that they may be closed on Sundays. I'm just going to do 7 days a week until midnight. Background music only, and I'm okay with the bathroom waiver.
Okay. Commissioner Ford.
I'll approve on the same grounds.
And Chairman Bradley.
I'll approve under the same conditions.
All right, the next item, 1167. This is a new on-premises wine license.
This is a restaurant with 4 employees, principal to manage, no security, recorded and live music, no dancing, max occupancy 74, 6 tables with seats for 24, 10 seats at the bar. The principal has no experience. There is no outdoor area for service. The principal applied in June of 2020, and the board denied due to application inconsistencies. The last 2 licenses here had bad history, including a revocation of the last license in 2017. The application, again, is inconsistent. One part says 6 tables, another says 5. One part says 24 seats, another says 30 seats. One part says 10 bar seats, another says 24 or 34. And the application indicates there's pending charges against the prior licensee. Is that possible since we revoked in 2017?
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
I mean, this is going to be a sushi bar on, or sushi restaurant and bar on St. Nicholas Avenue.
All right, with that, Commissioner Fan, are you ready to vote?
Yes, I agree that there are some inconsistency, but this is restaurant wine, and the community board is in support, and we have council member support, so I'm gonna vote to approve. No dancing, no promoter, no manager, no security guard. Acoustic non-amplified live music only.
All right, Commissioner Ford.
Yeah, they have letters of support from District Leader, Maria Murillo, City Council Member Rodriguez, other businesses in the area, Inwood Merchant Association. I will approve as well, but I'd like to address the issue with the seating discrepancies. Can we leave it up to licensing to straighten that out?
Well, I mean, we certainly can. I mean, we'll go mostly off the certificate of occupancy.
Yes.
I mean, I do want to, I mean, I want to point out that the application that these representatives and applicants are putting before us is the merits that we're reviewing it on. And these
Right.
inconsistencies, you know, it's gotten to a point where we're dealing with solving their issues as, you know, as far as inconsistent materials. So, you know, we're happy to go through it and try to work with them on what is accurate and correct. But really,
They should be doing this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
and I want to add to that because, you know, everybody, particularly now in this industry, but also this agency is under an enormous amount of stress to get people's restaurants opened up. And we're trying to review applications as quickly as possible. And when we get an application like this that doesn't answer any questions, but just creates them, all that does is mean that someone has to spend double the time on something like this because someone was so sloppy that they didn't take the time to actually check their work. And as a result, this probably took twice as long as it should have. And Adam's right. I mean, the number of applications we're seeing like this with just stupid errors that really all they have to do if they read through it, they'd find them, is unacceptable. So,
All right. Well, then I'm going to vote to deny, and they can.
No, I'm not. Listen, Commissioner Ford, I'm not indicating that the applicant should be hurt by this. This is something that has to do with the people that are representing these people, and you know, I'm not advocating that this application should be denied because of that, but these reps should be careful because at some point I am going to advocate for that.
Yeah. All right. Well, then I'll go back to approving then for this one.
All right then, Chairman Bradley.
I'll vote to approve as well. Commissioner Fan, were you on no live music or live music?
I think the application said acoustic,
Right,
non-amplified acoustic live music.
Yeah.
That was the language.
So that's what you were okay with?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'll approve under those same conditions.
Next item 1168. It's a new wine store license.
This is a wine store with 2 employees and principals to manage, will not be bulletproof. There is 1 protest. The closest store is 0.1 mile away. There are 4 stores within 0.4 miles. It's going to be 400 square feet, 200 square feet retail. The licensees own, or the principal applicants own 2 OPs in Brooklyn with minor adverse history. The interesting part about this, which council pointed out to me this morning and I was not aware of, is that they have made a commitment to sell use 25% of the store to sell what they deem as home
Home goods,
Home
home
goods.
furnishings, whatever.
I don't know what that is, if it's pots, pans, forks, plates.
Whatever it is, it's not on the list of approved business for a liquor store or wine store, so it's illegal. So before one even gets to the public convenience and advantage analysis, and we did just license the store 0.2 miles from this location in October of 2020, but before you get to that, I don't think you can approve a business plan that includes spending 25% of the premises on a business that's other than the sale of alcohol, sale of wine.
Okay, Tom.
All right, so with that, Commissioner Fan, are you ready to vote?
I'm gonna vote to deny.
All right, Commissioner Ford.
Yes, this location was previously licensed, but it's been replaced by another store that we licensed like 0.2 miles away, just back in last year in October. So it kind of replaces that already, kind of bumped them out of the way. Not to mention the 4th closest store we have no numbers from, 3rd closest store, which was just licensed, we just have numbers from a couple of months. The 2nd closest, we don't even have numbers for 2020. So, and the other one doesn't look very good either. So above and beyond everything else, as far as not being able to allow to sell 25% of some other product, that alone is enough reason for me to deny.
Chairman Bradley.
I'm going to vote to deny as well. I don't see any public convenience and advantage since we did just put a new store in 0.2 miles away that was non-bulletproof and it opened in October of 2020.
Next item 1169. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford.
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 1170. It's a new package store application.
This will be a store with 1 employee. Principals also own an AX license and an OP in Columbia. The OP is going to be the location for this store. The closest store is 7.4 miles. There are 7 stores within 12.9 miles. There really isn't. The principals indicate that they live upstairs in an apartment above the store. The interesting point is, though, that they both gave Queens addresses. So I question if they're actually going to be there, or if they're even there now. And that's all I have. And it doesn't have square footage on it. Do we know the square footage?
It looks like they indicate that the retail space is going to be 800 square feet with an additional 640 square feet for storage space. So a total 1440, 800 of that is retail.
And there are no protests.
And it's currently a tavern that they want to turn into a package store. Is that correct?
Correct.
That's correct.
I don't think, Adam, is the tavern still open?
Yeah, this is
No, they are not. They used to
No,
be
yeah,
a
this
tavern.
was a tavern for years and years and years.
Okay.
But I don't think it's been open recently.
No.
Are
it's
you
not.
talking about Miller's Tavern 82?
No, this was a
That's
place called
correct.
the Wooden Nickel.
Yeah, it was previously
I
licensed
won't
as a
discuss why I
tavern.
know it's called the Wooden Nickel, but
That was
Some
probably
members
fine,
forbid
but I
that.
wasn't going to ask.
on his way home.
But yes, it was previously licensed as a tavern. It's no longer an active license there as a tavern, looking to convert it to a package store.
This is a
I see.
pretty rural area, you know. And if you look at like the 7th closest stores, I mean, stretched almost to 13 miles out, and
Right.
the only one that didn't respond was the one that's the furthest. It's 12.9 miles away, which is irrelevant. And all the other 6 stores that did respond, every single one of them, from 7.4 miles away to 12.4 miles away, their sales are increasing. So with that soliloquy, I'm going to vote to approve.
Commissioner Fan, I think I may have skipped over you for your vote.
Oh, no, that's okay. I most
I jumped-
appreciate the input from Commissioner Ford on matters like this, so I will vote to approve as well.
Chairman Bradley,
I'm going to vote to approve. The sales are up in the surrounding stores. The closest store is 7.4 miles away. If they aren't living there at some point, I'm sure we will come to that realization and there will be problems. So I will vote to approve. I think there is public convenience and advantage just because of the distance.
all right, the next item, 1171. This is a new package store application.
This is a store with 3 employees, principals to manage. Both principals own and operate a convenience store. It's in Schenectady, 2,400 square feet, 2,000 of that will be retail. There are 2 protests. There are 4 stores within 3.8 miles. The closest store is 0.9 miles. And it's a standalone building. The opposition indicates there is no population growth. The applicant has not indicated anything about population that I saw. Okay, Tom.
Commissioner Fan, are you ready to vote?
Yeah, this applicant owns the building, owns a convenience store in town. Anything else I should know, Commissioner Ford?
They have an investment, if I read everything right, of what, 355,000.
Yeah.
And I was looking for the premises questionnaire. I didn't see that in the application. I wonder if I missed that. Who is the landlord here? Landlord. Oh, they are the landlord.
Yeah, they are the landlord.
That explains it. Okay. Duh. I'm looking at the other stores and all their sales are are going up. The third closest, if I'm reading correctly, is a Bulletproof store that's doing over 4 million a year. That's rocking. I'm going to vote to approve.
All right.
Fan.
And I will vote to approve as well.
Chairman Bradley.
I'm going to vote to deny. 3 of the 4 stores, closest stores, sales are at best flat. The second store does have an increase in sales. The population in Schenectady is stagnant, if not decreasing, and it's in a standalone building. They haven't indicated they're providing any services that the other stores aren't providing. I just don't see any public convenience and advantage.
Part of my reason for approving also is the fact that it's on Route 7, and that's a pretty busy corridor. So.
All right, then the next item, 1172. This is a reconsideration of disapproval of on-premises wine license.
So Adam's going to explain what changed here on the recon.
So it looks like they're no longer, part of the reason for original disapproval was that there was concern over the use of basement space into a residential section of the building. The applicant's no longer seeking to license that portion of their building, and they're going to keep the alcohol in their immediate basement of their building. So I think that alleviates some of the concern about the foot traffic, at least on my end, and can leave it up to the members to decide whether they think this is now appropriate for license.
So they don't have to walk through the building for anything related to the operation of, well,
If it's not licensed, I don't really care why they're walking on building. That's at that point, it's between them and the landlord.
initially they described the basement as it was going to be used for storage and for food preparation, and they seem to have walked away from both of those now.
Correct.
And don't want to even have it licensed as part of the licensed premises.
Correct. Into the adjacent residential building.
Correct.
The basement of their building is still part of the license application.
And
So
it's a
then
pretty-
the only other question I have, and I guess this is done as a condition of the license, is the max occupancy, because we have inconsistent numbers. They're indicating 20. We have something that indicates 10. If it's 10 and they have 6 employees, then that means they can have 4 customers.
Correct, and I think on the first application they filed with a different representative, they indicated their max occupancy was gonna be 70. So I think there are significant number changes over the occupancy, and obviously we would rely on the certificate of occupancy once received for the building to dictate what that occupancy for the space was going to be.
What if it's a letter of no objection? Is that going to does that generally have the number of people allowed in the place?
Usually those are issued for occupancies under 74.
Well, this is definitely that. But are they going to give you the number of
We
people?
would require something that dictated their max occupancy for the space.
Okay.
The community board statement says seating capacity for 20. So that would indicate that the capacity is more than that.
They may be reading that off one of their applications too, because they indicated that.
All right.
We have 3 numbers from in this package as to what the possible occupancies here is going to be, and if it's one of the 3 numbers, 10, it would seem to make this business have serious problems. So, but that certainly,
It's
I
not
agree,
up to
needs
us,
to be
yeah.
clarified before they receive their license.
All right.
If the board is to approve them now.
Okay, Tom.
Can I just, Adam, is
I
the
think
food,
we're all
is there a
familiar
food,
with the.
is there a food prep area that'll be on the licensed area, the licensed premises?
Yes.
Yes, there is, but it's not part of the licensed premises.
That-
They
that
do
was-
have,
No, they do
No,
have
there's-
food prep in the license.
yes, I was gonna say, they have sufficient food prep area on the licensed premise.
No, I just want to make sure that was clear on the record. Thank you. All right, Commissioner Fan, with respect to reconsideration, are you ready to vote?
Yes, I vote to reconsider.
Commissioner Ford,
Yes, I vote to reconsider.
Chairman Bradley?
Yeah, I'll vote to reconsider.
Okay, on the application itself, Commissioner Fan,
This is my 3rd time trying. I hope this works out. I'm going to vote to approve.
Commissioner Ford,
I vote to approve as well.
Chairman Bradley.
I'm going to vote to approve as well, as long as it's clear that the basement portion that requires them to go in the other building is not licensed, and that the occupancy will be dictated by whatever we get from the Department of Buildings from the City of New York.
Next item, 1173. It's a $5,000 conditional offer. I'm sorry, you were muted there,
I'll accept 5,000.
Commissioner Ford.
Which one is this? 1173?
73.
73.
Sorry, I was making notes on the last one here. I'll accept.
Commissioner Ford, Chairman Bradley.
I will vote to, I'll accept, I'm sorry.
Next time, 1174. This is a pleading default. Commissioner Fan, when you're ready.
I'm at 1,500.
Commissioner Ford.
1,500.
Chairman Bradley.
1,500.
1175 is a pleading default.
I'm at 1,500.
Commissioner Ford.
1,500.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept 1,500.
Next time is 1176. This is another pleading default, and just so you know, the license was renewed through April 2023. Commissioner Fan.
I'm at 2,000.
Commissioner Ford.
That's exactly what I had down, 2,000.
Chairman Bradley.
2,000.
1177 is a $7,500 conditional offer.
This is a little high. I'm gonna adjust this. This is 3,000.
Commissioner Ford.
I thought it was a little high too. I was down to 5,000 though.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll do the same.
One is at 3, one is at 5.
Yeah.
You were both at 5. I'll do 5.
Next is 1178. This is a $2,500 conditional offer.
I picked 2,500.
Commissioner Ford.
2,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
He has to.
I'm sorry, what was that, Chairman Bradley?
2,500.
1179 is a no contest plea.
I'm at 5,000.
Commissioner Ford.
$5,000.
Chairman Bradley.
5,000.
Next item, 1180 is a $1,500 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan, when you're ready.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford.
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1181 is a pleading default.
I'm at 2,000.
Commissioner Ford.
I'll do 2,000.
Chairman Bradley.
2,000.
Yeah, I know. I'll do 2,000.
1182 is a pleading default.
I'm at 2,000.
Commissioner Ford.
2,000.
Chairman Bradley.
2,000.
Next, we have 1183. It's a $6,000 conditional offer.
I'll accept 6,000.
Commissioner Ford.
Second sale to minors, 6,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept 6,000.
1184 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford.
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1185 is a $2,000 conditional offer.
$2,000 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
2,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1186 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll take 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1187 is a $25,000 conditional offer. This license has been summarily suspended since October 23rd.
Yes, just for the record, we have a letter, not from the licensee, but rather from a representative, that passes along a story as to why these events took place, where several people were found inside without masks, with drugs, and the story includes that the owner is claiming that the person who was on the scene at this on this night was a former employee who entered the place while it was closed with his friends, supposedly, because he still had keys to the elevator to get inside the place. And that was in October. And the representative passes along a story that essentially taking credit for the fact that now the locks have been changed and they want the license back and want to continue to operate, and supplies an invoice that shows that the locks were changed in March of 2021. The investigative report we have shows that the lights were on and the investigator went up the elevator without a key, as if the place was open. That's number one. And number two, what the owner is trying to get the board to accept is that a man who owns and operates this location lost his license and therefore the ability to run this place in October of 2020 because a former employee trespassed with keys he should not have and threw a party there, and made no mention of this at the time and just allowed the place to stay closed for several months, but didn't even change the locks at that point. Only changed them in March, apparently around the time he was looking to reopen. I have to say, that just doesn't make any sense. And if the story's true, how can the owner be trusted to operate the place if he leaves keys with former employees and even after finding one of them burned him, doesn't do anything about it for another 6 months? That's all I have to say.
All right, with that, Commissioner Fan, are you ready to vote?
Yes, I agree with council. You know, my notes say there's some, the investigator found some very serious violations that were not addressed at all in the letter that was submitted. And so I have zero confidence that this place will be operating legally moving forward. And so I'm at cancel and bond.
Commissioner Ford,
I'm at the same conclusion, cancel and bond.
Chairman Bradley.
Cancel and bond.
Next is 1188. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
1,500.
Next items, 1189, 1190. This is a matter that went to hearing. Just note that there's an error in the note about the summary suspension. This is the second summary, and the current one was issued on November 18th, not July 25th. All right, then. Commissioner Fan, you ready to go ahead?
Well, just for the record, the ALJ sustained all charges except the second charge in the first proceeding and the first and fourth charges in the second proceeding.
Commissioner Fan,
I'm going to dismiss charge 2 in the first proceeding, dismiss charge 1 and 4 in the second proceeding. I'm at cancel and bond.
and sustain the other charges.
Yes, please.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll go with Commissioner Fan and canceling bond two, with sustaining the other first two, and then the last one sustaining charge.
all right. Chairman Bradley,
I'll go cancel and bond as well and sustain and dismiss the charges as mentioned by Commissioner Fan.
all right, the next item, 1191. It's a $2,000 conditional offer.
I'm gonna go to 1,500 for this one.
Commissioner Ford,
I'm at 1,500 as well.
Chairman Bradley,
1,500.
1192 is a $500 conditional offer.
500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
In this case, yeah, 500 accept.
Chairman Bradley,
Accept.
1193 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner
Note on this
Ford,
one. Hold on. I have a note on this one that it should be returned to me, and now I can't remember why. Hold on. For 1 second. There's another EO case against this licensee, and they have new counsel, and they want to make a global offer on that case and this case, so we would actually like it back.
Sounds good. Back to counsel's office.
Commissioner Ford, you're okay with that?
Yes.
Chairman Bradley?
Yes, I'm okay with that.
Hey,
Next
Tom,
on
can we
11
take 2 minutes?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Can we take 2 minutes, please?
Sure thing.
Thanks.
Now, we're going to take a brief recess. All right, if we're ready, we can resume the meeting. The next item on the calendar is 1194. It's a $2,000 conditional offer.
Sorry, hold on a second. 1194, 2000, accept.
Commissioner Ford,
2,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item, 1195. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I can't tell if this place is now serving food. I guess I would accept.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Froggy's in. I'm gonna guess they're not serving food. I'll accept.
Next item, 1196. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
Rainbow Trail, are they serving food? I'll go down to 1000.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll do 1,000 too.
Chairman Bradley.
1,000.
Next item, 1197. This is a $2,000 conditional offer.
I'll go to 1500.
Commissioner Ford,
Due to longevity, I'll do 1,500 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
I used to. I'll go down to 1,500 too.
Next item, 1198. A $2,500 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan, when you're ready.
I'll take 2500.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item, 1199. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1500, accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1200 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'm gonna counter at 3000.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll accept.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
1201, a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1202, a default at pleading.
I'm at 2000.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll do 2,000.
Chairman Bradley.
2,000.
1203, this is a matter that went to hearing. Charges were stating 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, and 17. Commissioner Fan, when you're ready.
Yes, I will dismiss charges 2, 4, 5, 9, 15 and sustain, as you said, 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14, 16, and 17. And I am at 5,500.
I didn't mention that charges 10 and 18 were withdrawn by the authority during the proceeding. Commissioner Ford,
I'm at 10,000.
Chairman Bradley.
So Tom, you got what's dismissed and what's withdrawn?
Yes. And
Okay. I'll go to 10,000 as well.
1204, it's a $1,000 conditional offer.
I'll accept 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley,
Accept.
1205, it's a pleading default. And this license was summarily suspended back in September, and that's still in effect.
Yeah, this is quite serious. Grocery store that was a pharmacy, a bar, and a casino all at the same time. This is a default. I'm a cancel and bond.
Commissioner Ford,
I'm a canceling bond as well.
Chairman Bradley,
Cancel and bond.
1206. This is a new on-premises liquor license application.
It's a restaurant with 6 employees. Principal will manage recorded DJ, jukebox, karaoke music, and this place will allow dancing, it says. The applicant's previous license was revoked in January of 2018. Their adverse history is extremely egregious. And there was also a 2-year prescription enacted on the location. The Village of Patchogue actually has indicated that DJs and dancing are prohibited without permission or a permit from them, which this licensee does not have. So I don't know why their rep did not know that before applying, but apparently they did not. And that's pretty much it.
Because actually the zoning prohibits that type of permit in that location, is what we're told.
He's also gonna remove the DJ and dancing request part of the license. He's been running now under a temp. Adam, for how long?
Just one moment. I don't believe that he is. We disapproved the temporary permit.
He's been operating a restaurant without alcohol,
Okay.
purportedly.
We wouldn't give a temp to a license, or we shouldn't give a temp to a license that's been a licensee and a license that's been revoked.
Revoked. So they
Got
did
it.
apply for a temporary permit in January of this year, but it was disapproved.
Okay.
All right, so with that, Commissioner Fan, are you ready to vote? You're muted, Commissioner Fan, sorry.
Sorry. I'm not seeing public interest here. This is I'm just not sure. This licensee has a previous revocation, and it's not clear to me what the business plan is here, so I'm gonna vote to deny.
Commissioner Ford,
True what Commissioner Fan says, but looks like he's been running a legit restaurant for a while dry, with no issues that we know of anyway. Police did never pointed it out, at least. So, I'm willing to approve.
Chairman Bradley,
I'm going to vote to deny. We revoked, which we do rarely. We revoked a license from this applicant in Patchogue in January of 2018, and we also added a 2-year prescription because of the nature of the violations, which we also do rarely. And based on what he's asking for here, I know Commissioner Fan said she can't figure out what the business model is, and I'm afraid that I'm assuming what it is, which is pretty much similar to what he had before. So I'm going to vote to deny.
1207, it's a new package store license.
This is a store with 6 employees, principal to manage. Principal has a grocery store license with no adverse history. This location is currently a grocery store licensed premise. It's in Broome County. It's 1,020 square feet. 720 will be retail. There are 3 protests, all which came with the supplemental, I think, on the later submission. The closest store is 0.5 miles away, and there are 4 within 1.57 miles. It's in the city of Binghamton.
All right, with that, Commissioner Fan, are you ready to vote?
Yes, the 2 closest stores, both within 3,000 feet are doing not increasing numbers. They're, barely holding onto their businesses, and the 4th store is declining. So I'm not seeing public convenience. I don't see a public need for another store. I'm going to vote to deny.
Commissioner Ford,
Yeah, I think the numbers are kind of not really encouraging. Once just opened in 2019 who didn't even respond. So with all that, I'm not convinced that there's a need. There's a public convenience and advantage need, so I'm going to vote to deny.
Chairman Bradley.
So we just licensed the 3rd closest store in September of 2019, which is, barely, not even 2 years ago. The applicant doesn't indicate any services that aren't being supplied by other stores. There's no evidence of a population increase in the materials, and there are 4 stores within 1.6 miles in a driving community. So I don't see any public convenience and advantage either. Denied.
Next time at 1208, it's a new package store license.
This is a store with 1 employee, principal and managed. It's in Nassau County, 2,520 square feet, 672 of that will be retail. It is not bulletproof. There's 1 protest. It was previously licensed as a package store that closed in February of 2020. There is some past adverse history at the location in a sale to minor. There are 8 stores within 1.7 miles. The closest store is 0.7 miles. There are 4 within 1.7 miles. Well, I just said there's 8 within 1.7 miles. We got the 4 closest are within 1.7 miles. We did add a store in August of 2019, which is the 4th closest, but this location was open. The location being applied for was open at that time. As I said, it closed in February of 2020.
All right then, Commissioner Fan, you ready to vote?
Second closest store didn't respond. The 1st closest store is minimally increasing numbers. It's replacing a store, so I'm going to vote to approve.
Commissioner Ford,
So one of the one of the 4 closest stores, yes, was just licensed in 2019, but this location was previously licensed for 21 years, from 1919 to 2020. So while the store was open, it was already previously licensed. The one that just opened, it opened while it was already open as another store. So I'm going to vote to approve as well.
Chairman Bradley.
I'm going to vote to approve. It's replacing a previous store, even though the sales are flat for the closest store, and there are 8 stores within 1.7 miles. It appears this is replacing a store that closed in February of last year. So, and I don't see any new ones that we've added. So I'll vote to approve this one for public convenience and advantage.
Next item, 1209. This is a new on-premises liquor license. It's a seasonal license, subject to the 500-foot law.
So this is another application where the inconsistencies caused the ALJ once again to find no public interest, particularly when the responses to questions on the public interest statement were compared to what the applicant put into the community board, and some of them contradicted each other, such as the existence of a rooftop bar that apparently does not exist now. And the representative has, in a supplemental submission, tried to explain the inconsistencies, which does not help our licensing bureau. Because at that point, it has already created so many questions and created so many things that have to be looked at, that this, once again, application took double the time that it should have. And these are seasoned representatives making these mistakes, who are not reviewing the work that they're submitting. But that being said, it's a 500-foot case. It's a seasonal restaurant with 15 to 20 employees, recorded music, no dancing, 3 security guards, outdoor. This is going to be an outdoor pier where the principal will manage with managers, hired managers. 40 tables with 160 seats, 1 bar with 6 seats. Does it have a rooftop bar or not? Adam, can you check that? Because I still didn't answer that question myself. It does have stipulations with the community board, which the hours of the bar will be 11 to 1 a.m. The hours for food will be 9 a.m. to 1 a.m. There will be no DJs or promoted events. It will allow light jazz once a week. Live music stops at 11 p.m. There are 11 licenses within 500 feet. And this is, this is a pier on the west side of Manhattan, and it has been previously licensed by between 2002 and 2014 as a seasonal license. The lease, and Gary, you can comment on this. The lease actually has a kicker that 5% plus 10% on the catered sales. Is that? I assume that's okay since it's 10%.
Yeah, it's under 10%. So I guess there's some number at which, if you're adding that to the base rent, that could climb over 10%. But I believe it's fair for the board to assume that it's under the 10% de minimis standard that we use.
I don't think there is a rooftop bar at this point, but
Yeah, I mean, as applied for,
Well, no, what does Polillo say in his letter? Because that's the most recent.
but as applied for on an amended establishment questionnaire, which we ask about outdoor areas, the only outdoor area they indicate they're going to have is the pier space, with occupancy for 178. So anything after that would need to be further amended.
so there is no so just to be clear, there is no rooftop area. It's just the pier.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, with that, Commissioner Fan, are you ready to vote?
Yes, I find this application actually very confusing, and I didn't think the supplemental really answered the question of the public interest concerns that the ALJ had. However, I'm gathering from the materials that this business plan had been in planning for many years, and that, you know, when you do something over 4 years, you know, something is going to fall through the cracks. And since it's seasonal, I don't feel like it's the right thing to do to hold this against this group of licensees. And I do think that there is perhaps public interest in opening more outdoor spaces so that, you know, Manhattan residents can have another outdoor place to go to this summer. And with that, I'm going to vote to approve according to all the Manhattan Community Board 1 stipulations. I trust
All right,
that
so-
they know what they want in their community.
All right, so just to be clear then, because the community board steps provide for more entertainment than the applicant had in his, so we're going with the community board requirements, okay. Commissioner Ford?
I want to approve for the, under the same conditions as well. As far as the music goes, no DJs or promoted events, scheduled performers or dancing, but light jazz music only once a week, and live music will stop at 11 p.m. Hours of operation were 11 to 1 a.m. Sunday through Saturday, and food operation 9 a.m. to 1 a.m. So I'm willing to approve under those conditions as well.
Chairman Bradley.
Under the same conditions.
Next is 1210. This is a package store removal.
Store with 4 employees, principal to manage full-time. The current store that they're in is 500 square feet with 360 square feet retail. They are moving to an 1,100 square foot store. 700 feet will be retail. They're literally moving 25 feet, 2 buildings away.
Same building, two.
Same
Two
building.
doors away. There's no change in the 4 closest, or is there? I don't think there is.
No.
No.
The closest store is 0.9 miles driving, 322 feet walking. There were 4 stores within 0.3 miles walking. And there is 1 protest.
Right, the
That protest letter
Yeah.
appears that they think they misunderstood. They think this is a whole different store.
And the
Seems to me.
applicants, yeah, just so everyone's, or the application indicates this, the applicant's sales have been up to flat in his current store.
All right, with that, Commissioner Fan, are you ready to vote?
Yes. Well, I don't necessarily think that there's a need for a larger store here. Since the 4 closest stores will remain the same. And it's really up to these business owners to incur more expenses. Perhaps they will improve their store and improve their business that way. So I'm going to vote to approve.
Commissioner Ford.
Yeah, it's a move of only 20, 25 feet or something like that, and it's only an increase of about 270 square feet of retail space, so I'm going to vote to approve as well.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll vote to approve.
Next item, 1211. It's a $2,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept 2,500.
Commissioner Ford.
I'll accept.
Chairman Bradley.
So,
Next item, 1212, a $3,500 conditional offer.
I would take 3,500.
Commissioner Ford.
I would go down to 2,500. They've been pretty blemish-free for 25 years, more than about 25 years, yeah. So I would go down to 25.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept the 3,500. This could have actually been a summary and was not.
Next item is 1213. It's a conditional offer, $1,500 with a request from counsel's office to withdraw the third charge.
For charge 1 and 2, I will accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford.
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
Next item is 1214. It's a conditional offer of $1,500.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford.
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 1215, a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford.
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1216, a $2,500 conditional offer.
2,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford.
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1217, a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford.
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1218. This is a default at pleading. Commissioner Fan.
I'm at 10,000.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll do 10,000 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
Are
Yes,
we supposed to withdraw charge 3 and 5 in this?
yes.
Where do I see that though?
I believe that's in the
Memo.
memo, yes.
So we need to withdraw charge 3 and 5, and then I'll go to 10,000 as well.
All right, Commissioner Ford, Commissioner Fan, you're good with withdrawing those two charges?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
1219, it's a $2,500 conditional offer.
I will take 2,500.
Commissioner Ford,
2,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Yeah.
1220, it's a $1,500 conditional offer, and just so you know, it's been renewed through 2023. Commissioner Fan,
I'll accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1221 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1222 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1223 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'm gonna go down to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
Same here, 1,000.
Chairman Bradley.
1,000.
1224 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1225 is a $2,500 conditional offer.
2,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
Since 1992, I will go down to 1,500.
Chairman Bradley.
1,500.
I'll go to 1,500, Tom.
1226, a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1227, a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1228, it's a $2,500 conditional offer.
I'll take 2,500.
Commissioner Ford,
Since 1997, no history whatsoever. I go down to 1,500.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll do the same.
I'll go to 1,500.
Chairman, when you say the same, you meant 1,500? Chairman?
Yes, I meant 1,500. Yep.
All right. Next is 1229. This is a $1,500 conditional offer, and just so for your own information, the license has been renewed through 2023.
I'm gonna go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
1,000.
Chairman Bradley.
He was that good.
Sure.
1,500.
Next is 1230, a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
$1,500.
1231, it's a pleading default.
Second time I'm at 2,000.
Commissioner Ford,
2,000.
Chairman Bradley,
2,000.
1232, it's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll take 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley,
Accept.
1233, it's a pleading default.
This is 27 people in the back room inside at a comedy show. 1986. I'm at 3,000.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll do 3,000 as well. I'd like to do better for their age and everything like that, but still that number of people in the back room, 3,000.
Chairman Bradley,
3,000.
1234, it's an offer of $7,500 with a letter of remediation. Commissioner Fan, when you're ready.
I would accept 7,500.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley,
Accept.
1235 is a $1,500 offer with a letter of remediation.
I'll take 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley,
Accept.
1236, it's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1237 is a $3,000 conditional offer.
I would lower this to 2,000.
Commissioner Ford,
Yeah, I'll go to 2,000.
Chairman Bradley,
2,000.
1238, a $1,500 conditional offer.
1971. I'm gonna go to 750.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll do 750 as well.
Chairman Bradley,
What's the I'll go to 750 as well.
$1239 is a $6,000 conditional offer.
1239. 6,000 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
6,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley,
Accept.
1240 and 1241. It's a conditional offer, $3,500.
I would take 3,500.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll accept.
Chairman Bradley,
I'll accept.
1242 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
Accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley,
Accept.
1243 is a $7,000 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan, when you're ready.
Yes.
Council's office is requesting that this one be sent back to us. There's a third case, and the offer needs to be applied to all three cases. So we're asking that you agree to send it back to us.
Commissioner Fan, you good with that?
Absolutely.
Commissioner Ford
Fine with that too.
and Chairman Bradley.
Yes.
1244 is a $6,000 conditional offer.
6,000 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
6,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1245 is a $7,500 conditional offer.
Council's office is asking for this one back too. There's some issues with the charges here that need to be fixed.
Back to council's office.
Commissioner Ford,
Back to council's office.
Chairman Bradley.
Back to council's office.
1246 is a default at pleading. This license was summarily suspended back in March, and that summary suspension is still in effect. Commissioner Fan, when you're ready.
With a default, I just can't trust that this place is gonna be run properly, so I'm at cancel and bond.
Commissioner Ford,
Cancel and bond.
Chairman Bradley.
I'm at cancel and bond as well.
1247 is a $7,000 conditional offer.
7,000 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
Second time with untaxed cigarettes. Yes. 7,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1248, a $1,500 conditional offer.
Take 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1249 is a $5,000 conditional offer. Commissioner
I'll take
Fan,
5,000.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1250 and 1251 is an offer of cancellation and a $1,000 civil penalty.
I would take canceled and $1,000 civil penalty.
Commissioner Ford,
Cancel and bond.
how about cancel and civil penalty?
That too.
Okay. Chairman Bradley.
I'll take the cancel with the $1,000.
1252 is a $6,000 civil penalty, conditional offer, sorry.
I would take 6,000.
Commissioner Ford,
Second sale to minor. I'll accept 6,000.
Chairman Bradley.
That might be somebody.
Chairman,
I'll accept.
1253, a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll do 1,000 too.
Chairman Bradley.
1,000.
1254, $6,000 conditional offer.
I'll take 6,000.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll take 6,000.
Chairman Bradley.
6,000.
1255 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1256 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1257 is a $1,500 conditional offer, and this license did expire, has not been renewed.
So I'll take 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1258, 59, and 60. It's the conditional no contest plea of cancellation and bond claim. The summary suspension in effect since July.
All right, I will take cancel and bond.
Commissioner Ford,
Cancel and bond.
Chairman Bradley.
Cancel and bond.
Next is 1261. It's a request for reconsideration of some stipulations you imposed on the approval of this license.
So they're asking for reconsideration on the stipulations in that we said there would be no outdoor dining. The representative seems to be misinformed. We did not say there would be no outdoor dining related to COVID. There would be no outdoor dining related to a sidewalk cafe or a patio or deck. Obviously, they would be eligible just like anybody else would be for the COVID outdoor dining. One of the reasons was because the community board never got notice. Notably, the rep indicates that the community board never objected. And I guess the conclusion you have to draw from that is, why would anyone object to something that they didn't know anything about, since it was never requested? So until the community board is notified of their desire to have outdoor seating, then I don't think there's anything to reconsider here. Adam,
Yes,
you wanna
and I
add
agree
anything?
I should probably unmute myself. On the reconsideration itself, Commissioner Fan.
I agree with Chairman. Misinformed. I vote no on reconsideration.
Commissioner Ford.
I'm going to vote no on consideration. I voted no on approval of the original application anyway.
Chairman Bradley.
I vote no reconsideration.
1262 is a request for reconsideration of a disapproval of an on-premises liquor license application.
So this was one that we all denied unanimously. They now indicate that, for multiple different reasons we denied it, they now indicate they have police department, a letter of support. Previously, they indicated that they had a police department letter of support, but the police department withdrew it before the board meeting. Now they have another one. Now they indicate they do not want a DJ, and it's a 500-foot case, and the ALJ found no public interest at the time. So that basically amounts to what the new information is.
Yes, also, there is an $85,000 zero interest loan that is funding this business. The loan is purportedly being made by Dragan's Tatik, who is the father of Vojislava Tatik, who was apparently in a relationship with the prior licensee, whose license was suspended. And the new applicant is the son. So this is the father of a woman who had an acrimonious breakup with a man, getting loaned $85,000 zero interest to that man's son. And we have a representation from the representative, not from Mr. Tatik, that he is old friends with his daughter's former partner's son. In a separate application, the daughter swears out an affidavit that says that she was only in that relationship since the last 6 years. I also note that Dragan Tatik put in an affidavit in support of the next application on another point, but has not put one in here about the circumstances surrounding this $85,000 zero interest loan. And I believe one of the reasons the parties, the board was concerned about this location and the next one was that the named principals here may not be the true owners or operators of these locations.
All right, with that, Commissioner Fan, are you ready to vote?
Yes, I
On
vote no on,
reconsideration.
I vote no on reconsideration.
Commissioner Ford on reconsideration.
I'm going to vote yes on reconsideration.
Chairman Bradley on reconsideration.
I'm going to vote no on reconsideration. I don't see anything here that would have changed, that they've added in the reconsideration that would have changed my mind. There's just a lot going on with this thing that raises a lot of questions that I don't think have answers, and I don't know, whatever the answers are, they probably aren't going to satisfy me.
All right, 1263 is another request for reconsideration of a disapproval of an on-premises liquor license.
So this is the other, for lack of a better word, related application, even though they're owned by different owners. This applicant is the former girlfriend of the other applicant's father. Her father is the one who loaned the $85,000 to the former applicant. He has also loaned her all of the money here, $40,000 for this place. She has she has another OP license with some adverse history. The reconsideration basically doesn't really indicate anything except that what her hours will be, and it also indicates that she did not agree to pay $500 a month to her former boyfriend for the use of his former location's name. Although that agreement was in the application paperwork and I believe signed by her.
Yeah.
But she's indicating that that was never agreed to.
Well, it's actually a little more contradictory than that. The point the board made, or one of the points that was made at the last board meeting, was this $500 a month payment for this name, trade name license agreement, seems fishy because Sapitos, as a trade name, is just a Spanish word. So there were concerns that this agreement was a way in which this canceled licensee was investing in this or was involved in this property. So now, having signed that document, we now have a sworn affidavit from Vojislava Tatik that says, and I'm quoting, "I was just surprised as the SLA when I heard of an agreement to pay $500 a month for 10 years for use of the name Sapitos. I never agreed to, nor did I ever sign a document where I agreed to pay a fee for that purpose." So she's swearing in this document that she never signed the other document.
Which she then submitted with her application.
Yeah, I have both
Someone
documents.
submitted it.
I have both documents, and she has a rather unusual signature, which appears to be the same in both documents to a layperson.
So I think it's safe to say she's lying in one of them.
Well, yeah, and I suppose it's possible that she didn't know what she had signed, but that's not what she swears to in her submission here. She says she never signed it. She never signed this document. So
yeah, but then she submitted it with the application that you would hope an applicant reviewed before the representative submitted it.
correct. Anyway,
It doesn't bode well for somebody running a business that's not reviewing anything with their name on it. A bit of the
All right,
new
with
information.
that-
Go ahead, Tom.
With that, Commissioner Fan, are you ready to vote?
Yeah, this may be the first time where when they submitted actually more information that made the application less approvable. And with that, I'm going to deny reconsideration.
Commissioner Ford on reconsideration.
I'm going to vote to deny reconsideration as well.
Kevin Bradley.
I vote to deny.
1264 is a request for reconsideration of a package store disapproval.
This is a reconsideration of a package store. The new information here is that the applicant, through the rep, tries to explain away our problem with their complete inadequate financial disclosure. The application itself had a small amount of money invested in the store, so much so that it looked like they could only afford to pay 2 months rent and buy nothing else. He says he's amended the financial disclosure statement to reflect additional credit. So apparently the last financial disclosure statement was false. Rep says it was incomplete, but tomato. He now indicates, though, even once again, going back to Commissioner Fan's point, I think this is now less approvable. He now indicates that he's using a credit card from an on-premise license that he owns. So the ability to purchase product will be paid for using another licensee's credit card. Am I reading that correctly?
I think that's right. Yeah, I think he's misconstrued the concern of the board.
Not only that, I think it's illegal.
Yeah, well, I also think, I don't know whether it is or isn't. It would depend on what the permissions for that card are, but the board was concerned that this licensee doesn't have a business plan, not that he couldn't afford to run a liquor store. And this doesn't suggest any greater indication that he has a business plan or has any idea what he's doing here. And as the supplemental submission says, this proposed store is still on the same road as two other stores that are just 645 feet on one side and 720 feet on the other side. That was not the credit issue, was not the financial issue, was not the only reason why the board disapproved the application.
But that's the extent of the new information. Oh, it also indicates he will sell 80% kosher wines.
All right, then, on Commissioner Fan, on the request for reconsideration,
I vote no.
Commissioner Ford,
I would vote yes.
Chairman Bradley,
I'm going to vote to deny the recon.
all right, then, 1265, it's a request for reconsideration of a package store license application.
Go ahead. This is the original application was for a bulletproof store. He says now he will go from bulletproof to non-bulletproof, and that's the extent of the new information.
Well, he says he has experience working in the restaurant and bar industry. He does not say anything about owning a liquor store or that industry. He also cites the potential for growth in the area based on the new arena being built at Belmont Park. I'm not exactly sure how that creates a greater market for liquor stores in that neighborhood, even when it's done. But in any event, he does cite that.
All right, then, on the request for reconsideration, Commissioner Fan.
I vote no.
Commissioner Ford,
I would vote yes on recon.
Chairman Bradley.
I'm going to vote no.
Right then, next item we have is 1266. This is another request for reconsideration. It was a package store removal disapproval.
This removal, I believe unanimously, right, Tom, or no? The information on the recon indicates that we believe that the store was bulletproof. He's indicating it is not bulletproof. What we took for bulletproof was actually COVID barriers for cashier's protection. He says the store is not, that the store is only 2.5 times size of the existing store because he doesn't believe we should be counting any square footage that includes where the cashiers are. I obviously disagree with that. It's either storage or it's the store, one or the other. But whether it's 2.5 times or 3 times the size of the former store, we still have to use the PCA standard. I don't think that there's no other information that's been added. It's moving 1,000. The store's moving 1,000 feet. It is going from 1,500 square foot retail to, he says, 2,750 or something like that. Our licensing department says 3,740 retail. The applicant is indicating 800 of that 370-40. 800 of that square footage is for cashier's area.
And it was unanimously disapproved.
Okay.
All right, with that, on the reconsideration request, Commissioner Fan,
I vote no.
Commissioner Ford,
I vote no as well.
Chairman Bradley.
No.
1267 is a $1,500 conditional no contest plea.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1268. The matter that was held over. It's a new package store application.
This is a store with 3 employees. I asked for it to be held over so we could get a personal questionnaire for the husband, who is also going to be the manager and manages another liquor store, which Adam has, we already had it apparently, it just wasn't in our packet, so Adam has disseminated that. It's a store with 3 employees, principal and manage, and the husband who works at another liquor store will also manage. The wife has no experience. It's 1,800 square feet, 1,260 will be retail. They are financing this store entirely on 2 credit cards, personal credit cards. The place was previously licensed as a package store. We canceled once for non-bona fide, which was the last license at this location. 1.6 miles is the closest store. There are 4 stores within 7.1 miles. The landlord of the store also has the same last name as the applicant. I don't know whether they're related or not. And I'm sorry, not the applicant. The applicant. COR, K-A-U-R. And it appears that the husband at the other store, the other liquor store he works at, he's working for a
Singh.
relative as well, correct?
Last name is Singh, so there is a common last name. The relationship is unknown.
All right,
And that's
so
it.
with that then, Commissioner Fanny, ready to vote?
Yes. The closest store is 1.6 miles away, doing decent numbers, but not increasing. And then the next store is 3.4 miles away. So suppose I do see some convenience in this community to have one additional store. So I'm gonna vote to approve.
Commissioner Ford,
Yeah, this is the only store that would be like actually in inner Fredonia. So I do think that there would be a public convenience and an advantage standard met here. So, and it was previously licensed. So I think it does meet public convenience advantage. I'm going to vote to approve.
Chairman Bradley.
I'm going to vote to deny. I just don't see the public convenience and advantage of adding a store, given the closest store sales are flat and they haven't indicated anything that they're selling that the other stores near them don't already sell. So it looks like it's the same products to the same customer base.
Well, the next item is 1269. This is coming before you as a default. However, this morning, as the meeting started, we received an email from the licensee's representative claiming that they had submitted a offer to the prosecutor and that they were agreeing to the $1,500 conditional offer proposed by the authority. They indicated that the offer that the offer was sent in on March 10th.
All right, so we'll treat this like a CNC, and if we don't agree, it'll go back to counsel's office.
Okay, I'll accept.
It's the second offense.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll accept.
Chairman Bradley.
1,500.
Next item is 1270. I'm sorry. This is a conditional offer of $3,000.
I'll accept 3,000.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1271, a $4,000 conditional offer.
I'm gonna go down to 2,500.
All right, Commissioner Ford,
I'm going to accept 4,000.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll go to 2,500.
I'll go to 2,500 too. Might as well make it a hat trick.
Next item is 1272 and 73, a $2,500 conditional offer.
Yes, 2,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
2,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
1274 and 1275, a $2,000 conditional offer.
I accept 2,000.
Commissioner Fan, Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
1276, a $7,500 conditional offer.
7,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1277 and 78, a $2,000 conditional offer.
2,000 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
I would counter at 3,000.
Chairman Bradley.
178.
I'll accept.
1279 is a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept 1,500.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1280 is a request for declaratory ruling. Just give you a quick background, and I think council may have some things to discuss. Anyway, we did receive a late submission in this matter that you have not, that was not forwarded to you. It was 2 hours late. There was a request submitted to council's office and forwarded to secretary's office from the attorney who's making the request to have the matter held over, as I understand it, to allow another party to make a submission.
So adjourn.
Yeah, so although the way this came in was a little oblique, the applicant is requested and is acceptable to him that this other party's submission on behalf of his declaratory ruling request, which came in late on Friday from Drizzly, that be permitted, and as long as he gets to reply to it. So if we adjourn this to the next meeting, I suppose we could deem the late submitted last Friday submission to now be before the board, and as long as Mr. Bernstein, who represents the applicant, gets a copy of it, he can reply to it before the next meeting by the deadline for, I guess, the deadline for supplementals. That gives him a week and 2 days.
All right, so Commissioner Fan, are you okay with holding this over for the additional submissions? You're muted, Commissioner Fan.
Yes, I'm okay with adjourning this to May 12.
Okay, Commissioner Ford,
To 512.
Chairman Bradley.
Yes, I'll adjourn.
Next item is 1281. It's $7,500 conditional offer.
7,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
7,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
1282 is a $5,000 conditional offer.
5,000 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
5,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Chairman.
I'll accept.
1282A and 1282B is a request for reconsideration.
So before we all vote on this, I gotta admit my own screw up here. I had the request for reconsideration was forwarded to me from counsel's office, and I read it and granted the reconsideration. And just so you're all clear, this was a reconsideration of a $35,000 counteroffer, which was accepted by the licensee. We countered at $35,000, they accepted, and then they had a date to make payment. They missed that payment date, and as a result, under the law, a revocation would have been imposed. They were requesting reconsideration on the revocation, indicating that they were going to make a payment of $35,000. I misread the reconsideration and actually thought that they had already sent the check in for $35,000, which would have automatically meant that I would have stayed the revocation and sent this to the board for a reconsideration. The memo I got from counsel's office was clear that, and I was notified after the fact by Tom Donahue, that we had in fact not received a check. They had promised to send us a check. I believe that promise now has even been broken. They have not sent us a check and apparently don't have any plans on sending us a check, even if we grant this reconsideration. Am I correct in that, Tom or Gary?
Yes, the last we heard, well, we had two different stories. I was advised by the attorney, the licensee's new attorney, that they had the check in their hands and they were going to get it in by the following Monday, which would have been, I don't know, the 14th, 15th, something like that. Counsel's office was advised by the same attorney that this was all part of a sale of the premises. The sale fell through, so they weren't going to send the money in.
So with that in mind, I am voting to deny the reconsideration. Or actually, no.
Well, the other thing I was going to say is that, revocation became part of this because they accepted an offer, maybe with a former counsel advising them, and now they've defaulted on that. While I do not want this matter to go back to counsel's office, if the board is
It wouldn't go back to counsel's office, but
let me finish, please. What I was going to suggest is that there be a way in which the board might accept the cancellation here instead of a revocation. And I know that if they change if they grant reconsideration and then change the counter offer to cancel and bond, that might not get accepted, in which case the case would be back. So there is a procedure we could follow to achieve a cancellation here, and I believe that would be adjourning the matter and allowing them to seek reconsideration again and offer cancel and bond, which the board could then decide to accept.
well, if that's the route the members were inclined to take, they could just reconsider the matter and make a counteroffer of cancellation of bond claim now.
Right, and if that offer is not accepted, then it comes back to me, and I don't want that. I don't want to go to hearing on the case.
Nor should it go back to them, because they've already accepted an offer and they didn't pay it.
So my suggestion was we could either just reject this reconsideration, in which case they will have a revocation, or we could adjourn to the next meeting and give them the 2 weeks to submit a new offer of cancel and bond, which the board could then accept.
I'm fine with that.
Yep, I'm fine with that too.
So put it over for
Which- fine with which one?
putting it over
there's
till 5/12 and asking the licensee to, if they're interested in making a cancel and bond offer. If they're not, then we will deal with this reconsideration as we see it right now on 5/12, and I can tell them that it will be denied.
Is the prosecutor going to reach out to them?
Yes, they'll reach out to them.
All right, so Commissioner Fan, you good with holding it over?
Yes, please.
Commissioner Ford?
Yes,
Chairman Bradley?
Yes.
Next is 1282C. This is a proposed advisory that combines several current COVID relief related matters into one advisory to extend them until the end of May. And specifically, it's the safekeeping requirement, the renewal fees, and the collection of civil penalties. Commissioner
So is
Fenton?
there a reason why we're doing these month by month? So just
That's the guidance I've been given, is to do them month by month.
fair enough. I'm gonna vote to approve as written.
Commissioner Ford?
approved as written.
Chairman Bradley?
Approve as written.
1289D is a $7,500 conditional offer This license was summarily suspended on 4/5, and it's still in effect.
I'll accept 7,500.
Tom, I think you said 1281D, it's 1282D, just for the record.
Commissioner Ford,
License since 1934. I think this could be the oldest one we've seen. But I will accept 7,500.
Chairman Bradley,
I'll accept.
1282E, $20,000 conditional offer. This license was summarily suspended on April 5th.
I'm gonna accept 20,000.
Commissioner Ford,
20,000 accepted.
Chairman Bradley,
I'll accept.
1282F, $10,000 conditional offer. This license was summarily suspended on August 23rd. Commissioner Fan,
I'm completely aware of what happened here, but I do feel like even though the argument and I show extreme sympathy for the fact that the original licensee passed away from COVID, but by the time these allegations happened, it's 4 months after his death. So the availing was already happening and these violations were pretty egregious. So this is very hard because it's my job to make it fair for everybody. So I'm going to counter at 15,000.
okay, Commissioner Ford,
Yeah, I kind of felt the same way, Commissioner Fan, that this offer was a little bit low. So I'll go with 15,000 as well.
Chairman Bradley,
I'll go to 15 as well.
next item is 1282G. This is a request for reconsideration. This matter was before you with a offer of $50,000. You sent it back without a counteroffer. I believe there's been some activity on the licensing end since the last meeting.
Yeah, just so the members are aware, I think this was primarily disapproved originally because there was concerns potentially that some of the previously undisclosed people were not going to be approvable for the license. Since that time, licensing board has vetted and approved the additional principals to come onto the license.
Which one are we on, Tom? 1282G?
Yes, yes, sir. Don't look back.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Commissioner Fan, are you ready to vote?
Yes, I'm going to vote to accept the $50,000 CNC.
Okay. Commissioner Ford,
50,000 CNC accept.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
All right. Last items, 1282H and 1282I. It's a $20,000 conditional offer. This license was summarily suspended back on November 22nd. And that's still in effect.
I'm going to accept 20,000.
Commissioner Ford,
20,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
All right, Chairman, I have no other items on the calendar. Do you have anything else?
Oh, thank you all, and have a good rest of your week.
All right, with that, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.